And this is why I love the production team. We now have it on screen. And perhaps we should give you an indication that tone you're hearing is a kind of false start tone, which is not something that any of us want to hear. They say it interestingly, Daniel. They say boys 17 and under. We know globally we tend to say under 18.
Under 18.
Yes.
All right, so the athletes we have listed here. Jemima Griffiths of St. Jago.
Yes.
Deshaun St. Hilaire of Jamaica College. Jabari White of Veer Technical, as he reported. So there we go. That's the athlete from Jamaica College, St. Hilaire. Jabari White of Veer Technical. There he is. I think that's Anthony Rochester of Titchfield. And beside him should be the Class 2 champion. Presenting JC from champs this year, Kai Kelly.
On the first year too at that.
First year as well. Outstanding young talent. Impeccable form. And Versailles High's Devonnie Jones. He'll be running from lane 7.
Yeah. So Jamal Graham of Herbert Morrison appears not to be there. So 6 of 7 face the starter. And now the starter is trying to get himself in order. And then we see the speakers, which suggest that we may actually have the electronic gun. I've been noticing, Daniel, the use of the pistol, the starter's pistol. I wonder if we're going to have the electronic gun or not. We will know that shortly. The athletes look ready. Jermaine, would you say the track looks ready?
Definitely looks ready. The athletes being told to stride out is the terminology used, because the officials aren't quite ready as yet. Just to stay warm and...
No, but we didn't. I don't think we had any major issues during the 400-meter hurdles. That was just about, an hour plus ago?
No, we did not. But we have moved the location from the start of the 400 meters to the start of the 100 meters. And it's trials. We know trials come with drama. Let's keep our fingers crossed and pray that we have clean starts.
No, I'm not sure that I understand what you're saying, Daniel, because they move from one starting point to another.
Well, it seems like they're having a little bit of delay, so I'm assuming that the equipment they're making sure they're testing stuff and it's firing.
No, but let's just be clear, though, at every single track meet, unless it's like one of the underrun Sprint Fest meets where they're only doing one event, that, you'd be at the 100 start, the 200 start, the 1500 meter start, the 400 start. There are multiple. That's a normal process at a track meet, to be moving from various start areas.
It is a normal process, but for some reason there is a delay. The athletes are taking strides, staying warm. And this is the type of thing that you don't want happening. You want to be able to come ready to run
and get it out of the way.
But
you warm up for this year.
Yeah, but Daniel, let's be clear though. I'm saying the 400-meter hurdles, which appears to us to have gone smoothly, it's like an hour ago. They did have one 400-meter race for the decathlon.
Yes, they did.
And I'm saying I suspect they had enough time to make the adjustment and test.
So what do you believe could be the hold-up, Bruce? Based on your own expertise?
In my experience, I can't even think of a reason why there would be a hold-up.
Well, we're all being held up at the moment. From the commentary box to the track. Certainly, heat 1 of 4 for the on the 18 boys 100 meters. The outstanding Kai Kelly listed to actually heat 1 here.
You've asked me to speculate, Jermaine. I'm looking now. One of the devices that you would not use during the 400 meters is the wind gauge. And I now see at the 50-meter mark.
Yes.
Or kind of close to the 50-meter mark, they're setting up the wind gauge. Again, Daniel, because of experience at a track meet, you'd have the wind gauge set hours ago. In fact, you set it and forget it. You don't move your wind gauge, but The athletes are now on their marks.
So it's Griffiths, St. Jago, St. Hilaire, Jamaica College, White of Veer Technical, Rochester, Titchfield, Kelly, JC, and Jones of Racees. And they're sent off. Kelly expected to get out quickly, and he does so. Moving smoothly is Kai Kelly, the Class 2 champion from Champs, and trying to go with him from Titchfield. That looks to be Anthony Rochester. 10.82 is the flash time for Kai Kelly of Jamaica College. Only first year Class 2. And showing once again excellent form there.
So the finish line clock showing no wind indicator, but we are aware when we look back at the 50-meter mark that the wind reading has come across as negative 0.5. So perhaps they have not connected the wind gauge to the photo finish system. They have now adjusted it and added the negative 0.5. Well, here's a replay of it. I'd say Kai Kelly expected to win. Got an average start. Is that a fair term? But by the time he's at 30, 40 meters, he's lifting and stepping. I think the official time given to him was 10.85. He has run as fast as 10.28, Daniel Dowie, this season. So nice and easy, simply doing enough to get to the semi-final round. I believe they're going to go from about 30-plus athletes to 16, so we'll be looking at
that went according to plan. The two fastest in that section advancing. Kai Kelly, of course, 10:28 is best from Champs Class 2 this year.
Rochester 10.97, White 11.14, St. Hilaire 11.18, Griffiths and Jones rounding out the field.